The council's under pressure to resolve the situation because 4 months ago, something called the White Queen, it's a luxury yacht, it ran aground on the Lonely Point Island, likely because the faculty was dark. She's trying to reach the harbor during a storm, but got damaged, sank in a deep ocean trench that the locals call Moray Drop. The owner of the yacht, Francis Bracken, was never seen again and was presumed to have gone down with her, and the city council super embarrassed by his tragedy, and so they want the haunting of the haunted lighthouse settled so they can get and retain full-time lighthouse keepers. And they're hoping that Australians dealing with it will put these wild stories to rest. The plan is to ferry you guys out to Lonely Point. It's a small island. It's about 3 or 4 kilometers off of the coast. You'll have a little bit of time to do research, question locals, gather supplies, and all that shit before you go out there. Once at the lighthouse, you'll be completely cut off from the outside world for 24 hours, give or take, maybe a little longer. Yeah, does that sound like something that the Australian Embassy can help out with?
I think so. What do you think, Colbert? Want to investigate a lighthouse on a Lonely Point Island?
Sounds great.
All right.
I've had to start putting TJ and Tim both names in there because otherwise I may not register one of them for some reason.
All right. We head out to the dock.
I thought you were going to say we swim out.
We head out to the dock, right?
Yeah, he says I'll arrange everything. But if you want to do stuff, we can wait for a couple of days before getting you out there, or we can go right now. It's however you want to do it, he says. And by we, I mean you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, before we leave, I'd like to gear up, and then maybe we can do some research on a bit more about the lighthouse and Lonely Point Island in general.
Where are we at now? We're inside the bunker?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, whenever Eldrin comes to brief you guys, he does insist on Freddie putting a special piece of headgear on. It's essentially a bucket with small eye holes in it.
Ooh, that's it on.
Okay.
I feel safe.
I'm not sure which amuses me more, the fact that he's willing to wear it or the fact he seems to like it. So, yeah, there you go.
All right. Yes, we shall, before heading out, we shall maybe do a little bit of research in town first, try and get a bit of background on the island prior to the lighthouse, etc.
Excellent.
As soon as we leave the bunker and begin walking there, start reading. Where are we going? You're leading the procession here, buddy.
We're going to the library to look into, see if we can find any background on the island.
I've got this for you. He gives you a small pamphlet. He says, this is some extra information I managed to get from them, but not as good at researching as you are because, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, everything's okay. He takes out a long wooden spoon. Have you got everything you need, Dad?
At this stage, yes.
Great. Coburn, you look physically fit, strong. I want you to take this wooden spoon. He glances at Buckethead. I want you to hit the bucket with the wooden spoon. Just once.
I look at McKay.
No, come on.
He says, all right. He takes his wooden spoon and leaves. Keep the bucket.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. I'm still angry.
Sorry. Do you need a rectal exam?
Do we begin heading out?
Yes, let's go to the
Excellent.
library.
I start ringing the bell behind Freddy as we're walking there, going, shame, shame, shame,
You're not sure where you got a hold of a town crier style bell, but
shame.
I'm not sure. And that'll be another card for
Been waiting
Colbert.
on that one.
All right, yeah.
As soon
People
as
are,
we get to the library, his penance has been paid.
people are stopping and looking at Freddy like, what did you do?
I'll offer you a free rectal exam.
Shame.
This is my penance.
Doing rectal exams on random people?
Listen, the ass is the entryway to all sorts of disease. You have to keep it in shape.
We get to the library. I look at McKay.
Oh, here's some other
The
information
pamphlet?
on the pamphlet. You guys don't have to read this out loud. It's up to you. If anybody wants to point out anything interesting for the viewers at home, that's nice of you, but I'm not expecting you to read the whole thing because there's a bit.
Jesus Christ. Lonely Point Lighthouse was run in Morris Fitch. From its opening 45 years ago until 6 years ago, Morris Fitch and his wife, Bessie, raised 2 children, Gray and Michelle. While living on Lonely Point, the Fitch family never mentioned anything about the strange noises, ghosts, sea monsters in the lighthouse, or on any of the Lonely Point. Gary Fitch is considered a local hero, is being posthumously awarded high honors during the war. A statue of him is erected last year outside the Berkeley High School, which he attended. The lighthouse keepers have resigned since the death of Morris Fitch. Alan McAuliffe, employed from 5 years ago until 4 years ago. Ray Chaplin, employed right from 4 months ago to 4 years ago. Chester Wade, employees between, worked for about 10 months to 2 years ago. Each reported hearing strange noises such as scrapings, taps, moans inside the lighthouse, noises which seem to come from everywhere at once. Starting 2 years ago, several locals began claiming to see a strange creature swimming in the area around Lonely Point. It was just Freddy naked and glowing in the dark. Most sightings are fleeting, and no clear photographs has been taken. And supposed sea monster? No, it wasn't. It was Freddy. Several locals businesses want to promote the creature as the sea monster of Moray Drop to attract tourists. Idiots. Leo Peaks, maintenance worker who serviced the Lonely Point Lighthouse for 20 years. In the case they have any questions. Bernard Stafford, 15-year civic employee, dealt with the Morris Fitch and the last 3 keepers. The guy who hired the PCs on behalf of the city has briefed them. Here's Vanderhoff. He delivers supplies to the island. We take care of you there.
Take an additional card there, TJ.
Yeah.
That was nice and fast. And you got some additional Freddy naked jokes in there, so that's great. Freddy swimming naked, glowing in the dark.
Yep. All right. We're at a library.
Yes, they have a members only library here. I believe McKay may be a member.
Probably. Last time I was here, the town didn't even have a library, but the town has been advancing at dramatic rate.
Indeed. Unfortunately, you're going to have to, it's one of the libraries where you request books and they bring them to you. So they will try to do library research roles for you.
Similar to Gothic. Interesting.
Well, they don't have that many books, so they're
Books are expensive.
Yeah.
I'd like some, if anybody's done any anything on Lonely Point Island, history of it, background of it.
You get some stuff that let's see. Here is Lonely Point Island research. Hey. Go, TJ.
What? Oh, shit. Hold on. God damn it. Let's see. Where's that thing? Okay. But where are we? Anyway, Lonely Point Island is a small island, 3 kilometers long, over 1 kilometer wide, about 2.5 square kilometers, south of nearby Harbor City, between Fish Island and Plum Island. Lonely Point Island sits in a channel of water called the Race, about 3 kilometers northeast of Little Gull Island, its closest neighboring island. The waters around Lonely Point Island have a tricky current, and dangerous shoals, which combined can cause some serious damage to vessels. For this reason, this is the reason for the lighthouse. Seems like a good idea. The first keeper of the Lonely Point lighthouse there was Morris Fitch, who moved with his wife and Bessie 40 years ago.
It shows the owl-headed guy who brought you the book. He just kind of gives you a sidelong look, McKay, and he goes, "Does he read everything for you, sir?"
Yes. Hi, Matt.
They say, "Hi, Matt."
There he is. Get him.
Or there he is. Get him. Lonely
All right.
Point Island, eh? Says the owl-headed guy. I've heard
Yes,
that
we-
was built on top of an authentic ancient elven burial ground.
That's fairly common. I-
Seems a
when
lot
you
of things are.
slaughter a couple 100,000 people, there's bound to be bodies fucking everywhere. So technically, it's all a burial ground.
What other things would you like?
Thoughts, gents, on what else we could look into?
And
That's
more
fucking fantastic. Immediately discard all cards which do not give a temporary skill bonus. In other words, 5s, 10s, 15s, and 20s. I can do it.
Is it you or everyone?
Only the pluses remain. Immediately discard all
you
cards.
or everyone.
I'm guessing it's just me.
Okay.
I'm going to put that right
What
there.
about
Take a look at that.
any reports on specific sightings and
No, get rid of all my good
what
cards.
exactly have people seen or heard?
Oh, you had I could drive
Besides
that
weird
tanker.
noises.
Hummer.
You had the I Can Do It card?
No, he had a I can drive that tanker.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
that's not a skill 5,
Oh.
10, 15.
No, that's the only cards that he keeps.
Oh,
He only keeps the cards that are skill
Ah.
He only,
classes.
he only
He
gets
just-
to keep the cards everyone instinctively throws away in order to keep the good cards.
got it. But you get new cards, right?
No.
No, I don't think it said that.
You might want to read it closely.
It does not say that. It says discard.
Oh, he's fucked
Yep.
then. Cool.
Yay, red cards.
Yeah, so
Any-
any like about the witnesses and stuff, exactly what they heard. Or would that
The
be
Also,
great-
the
yeah,
owl-headed
that's a good
guy, have
idea.
you, for more recent news, have you tried the newspaper morgues?
Yeah, it's what I was gonna say.
That's where we're thinking next. So you don't keep a newspaper morgue here as part of the library?
Who would have time to do such a thing?
A librarian?
He ruffles his feathers at you.
Any Colburn? Anything else while we're here at the library you want to think we should research? All right. To the morgue. Newspaper. Morgue.
Ah. No problem. You guys head over to newspaper morgue, and here you're allowed to run wild and free. So if you're getting recent news concerning that, everybody can try a library research roll, and I just need one person to make it.
Okay. Wow.
0
Oh, wow.
Right. He walks over and goes, yes, look, this newspaper here, it contains the best stories of the lighthouse. There we are. Bink. And then he pokes his reading monkey, who says,
Meh. Let's see. We have 3 short newspaper stories from the day can be found. Records only. Lighthouse, number 1. Lighthouse keeper driven off by ghosts. Absolute bullshit. Dated 4 years ago. Details, Alan McClaff quitting his position at Lonely Point. Number 2. Haunted lighthouse claims. Second keeper. Date 4 years ago. Details, Ray Chapman quitting his position at Lonely Point. What a bitch. Number 3, another keeper flees in terror because he is also a bitch from the haunted lighthouse. Dated 2 years ago. Details, Chester Wade's resignation from Lonely Point. Bitch.
All right. I'm thinking we go and talk to Bernard Stafford to get the contact details of Alan, Ray, and Chester. So we may go and talk to them.
Right. I'll take up the rest of the day. You go get the stuff. And let's see. Apparently, the contact information, Alan Metcalf, he is living in a nearby city down the coast. It's about 6 kilometers away. Let's see. Ray Chapman is a.
Yep, sorry, go.
Ray Chapman is in this city, and he is a postman. And Chester Wade is an aspiring sculptor who is living far the fuck away. So you can get to reasonably 2 guys.
All right, so we'll go see Ray first since he's in this city.
No problem. You end up talking to both of them. They all say the same thing. They all say that the work was simple, but the job was difficult due to the solitude. Each was a bachelor at a time, lived alone on the island. Translation, lots of masturbation. But things could be calm, they tell you, for weeks at a time between the periods of the haunting. They are not happy to talk about this, but your credentials are overwhelming them and blasting away their resistance. I don't even need a fast talk roll or anything. It's like, look, some peer of the realm has come to speak to you. Oh, Christ. Oh, it's an ambassador too. Oh, God, no. So, yeah, they're happy to fucking talk, especially the one who's got a government job. He knows what's good for him. They heard moans and scratches and tapping, the sounds of chains rattling throughout the lighthouse. The haunting seemed to get worse whenever there's a large storm, and it could last for several days. And give me empathy rolls on the postman. You're pretty sure he may always ring twice. But McKay doesn't know about that. Coburn's suspicious of him, and Freddie thinks that he's holding back something.
So is there something else you would like to
Yep,
say?
that's it, he says. He clenches his lips together and then sucks in the insides.
Have you had your rectum examined recently? That can be a cause of stress, you know.
He says, I have to go back to work now. Excuse me. I think we may have just found a good insanity. Everybody's rectum needs examining.
I was going to say, yes, I think you've pretty much come up with your next insanity.
I think he has, yeah. That's better than like, oh, everything needs to be clean. No, we fucking go around wanting to examine everybody's rectum. I'm not sure what he'll do for his next insanity down, but he's getting closer to it. Oh, wait, are you still going with the no magic thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you got that. And this one's a quirk, the rectum thing, yeah?
Yeah, this is a quirk. I'm just testing it out.
I think it's working out. All right, well done. And so, yeah, he goes away. Everything's
When
fine.
do all those things start kicking in? Like 30, 20...
40, 30, 20.
40, 30, 20. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And TJ looks to see where he's at.
No worries.
Oh, no, you're completely sane. You're just violent and psychotic.
Well, I believe that they seem to be holding something back.
Hmm. There was something a bit more to what happened that he was not willing to reveal. Okay.
If only we could talk to him in a way that would not scare him off.
I was offering help.
Shows him running down the street with letters flying out of his bag.
I'll be back to set.
Did you want to go and see if you can... You seem to pick up on something as well, Coburn. Did you want to see if you could convince him that we're here to help and deal with whatever's going on?
It's a bad situation, McKay. I would literally have to run after him. That does not inspire anyone to stay with someone. Yeah, no, that's
Fair enough.
left.
A large half-burned man with a trumpet case, suspicious looking, is running after you. What do? Run faster is the only reasonable answer. It looks like your research is done early.
Yep.
Unless you can think of anything else.
Well, you could talk to some of the, if there's a harbor nearby, you could talk to some of the sailors and stuff and get their opinions and stuff they may have seen or heard. Those guys love fucking stories.
Yep, and especially if anybody fishes in the area, and also the maintenance guy.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys going to drag Freddy down to the harbor?
The other thing is whether or not we go to see if Mrs. Finch is still alive or the daughter is still around, and chat to them to see if they saw anything strange, especially towards the end. Although, I mean, the father he would have been in his 60s when he carved it, because he was working there from when it opened 45 years ago. So if he was there like in his early 20s or late teens, he's probably in his 50s or 60s. Go see if we can see if Bessie Fitch.
Right. You go looking for the Fitch family. Give me a research roll as you talk to people about the Fitch family and attempt to keep Freddy from offering a free rectal exam to everybody you talk to.
Because I'm thinking with the fishermen, we need to get there either before they head out or after they come back, which is usually in the
after
morning.
They come back, near sun or after sundown actually, because fish start biting when the sun goes down.
Yeah, depending on what they're fishing. Yeah.
Yes.
Research.
Not in Australia. All you can fish in Australia is jellyfish.
And blue ring octopus.
No problem. The Fitch family. According to the people that you talk to, let's see. The Fitch family was a quiet bunch of people who mostly kept to themselves. They were newlyweds when they first went out to Lonely Point. They moved in the day of the lighthouse's grand opening and even raised two children there who, as soon as they graduated from their schooling, immediately left the area and went somewhere the fuck else. But let's see. Does anybody else want to help his research? That's about all he got on that.
Anybody see if they can find anything else? For example, if she's passed away, who they may have passed stuff to?
Did they frequent a church in town?
There are no churches in town. They don't know what a church is.
Good. There's still hope for this area. All right.
Indeed.
I'm afraid I'm on the list.
Freddy's sitting there with the anal refresher looking around at people who are shying away from it.
Yeah, so I'll just ask around general questions.
Sure. I'm trying to make the
library use research.
Yeah, research is also going around talking to people. They seem uncomfortable talking to the heavily scarred, strange, psychotic-looking one eye. Sometimes blinks when he talks to them in person.
All right, you want to have Freddy wiggle a fucking dildo in front of people and ask him?
Oh,
you already did. Clearly.
He did.
Never mind.
I don't think that's going to help.
Yeah. Pretty much all you can get for those roles is everybody thinks that the Fitches died a while back.
All right.
Well, can we check the what's it called? The records where they keep deaths of people. I don't know what it's called. And see if they in fact are dead, registered dead.
You're not even sure where the fuck these guys keep that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
You
hey,
look around,
you
you're
know
like,
everything.
No, actually, I'm thinking we'll ask. Bernard Stafford dealt with Morris Finch and the last 3 keepers, so he's the guy who hired us. So he may, if they were paying some sort of pension or something to Mrs. Finch, they would have records of where that would be going, etc. Or if there was somebody who inherited it all, depending on that nature, he may know a bit more about it. So we'll go and talk to him and see what he knows.
I can tell what kind of adventure this is going to be. Start rummaging through my bag and put on my champ hat.
do you have armor in your bag too?
No, I have chainmail on me.
Hopefully you won't fall into the water.
I hope I do.
Because if you do, you know it's Freddy's fault.
I plan on it.
Don't worry, I'll resuscitate you.
Oh, God.
Or should I say, resuscitate?
Nice.
I'm giving him a card for that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it. All right. So, you want to just go talk to that guy
To begin
now,
with.
or somebody else?
Crap.
We'll talk to him to begin with, and then depending on what the
Either yin yang. Everyone discards. Rituals a hand.
Yay! Thank you.
No,
How the fuck did I end up with cards back in my hand anyways? All right, you go away. You go away. You go away. There we go. Get out of my hand, Clog and Greed. You always bring the fucking red cards to me. Draw 4. All right, which red card did I get? None.
Weird. Somebody else will get one, though. Don't you worry.
probably.
Nope.
All right, I play my happy pie. Boop. Everybody
Oh,
draw a card. 1. Enter. Oh, shit. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up. Here, can you do me a favor? Ice that and Coke it. Thanks.
Fucking TJ. I'm busy. Make a drink of beer. I'm surprised that he doesn't just get like a large plastic tube that runs to him that he can pinch off, like in Idiocracy, where he just has a tube that kind of goes near his mouth now and then he sucks on the end of it.
All right, let's see.
His wife is very happy, though. She has to be to put up with that kind of shit.
Okay, so where were
I'm
we?
going to play Training Time.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
What is this? Take a check in any normal skill. Cool. Training Time. Oh, so not spells?
No.
All right.
So you go talk to the guy who hired you?
yes,
Yeah.
because he's
Bernard.
the guy that looks after the keepers and looked after the Fitches.
Excellent. He is over in the castle area itself, the very high security area where the governmental stuff is. That's very close to the embassy.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to dress, and more importantly, how would you like to dress your people to go in there? Just going into the castle is a big deal because that's where all the governmental people hang out. Very
nice. Have them dressed nicer.
Coburn wants to bring his trumpet case
Oh, I'll dress up.
and chainmail.
That's under my fucking...
You don't know just how tight the clothing is he's trying to get you into.
Fine, I take my fucking chainmail off.
Are you going to pick up your trumpet case, like, ready to go?
Yeah.
McKay?
Once they're suitably dressed, we'll head there, or they can stay behind and I'll go there and then.
Are you wishing to let him bring the trumpet case and things and weapons and shit?
Back.
You won't need those. We're just going to the castle to talk to a civil servant.
Sounds good. I wait here.
All right.
I'll go with McKay then.
All right. Are you carrying a backpack, wearing armor, and having weapons?
No, I'll leave it behind for now.
Are you
Just not-
bringing the anal refresher?
Of course. Someone might need help.
I pity whoever has a fucking minor stroke while we're there. McKay's reputation would be shot. It would just go down in one
I mean,
place.
I'll hide it. I'm not openly waving it around, but
Not yet.
you know, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, other than that, I have nothing.
You guys head into there. I need etiquette rolls from everybody who's going into there. They eyeball you closely to make sure you're not carrying anything that could be carrying weapons. But since you look completely respectable and are not carrying any trumpet cases, holy Christ. Yeah, they figure Freddie is your accountant or something, and he knows how to blend into the background.
I'm his doctor.
You're his doctor?
Don't.
Specialist. But yes, carry on.
Just keep quiet.
Yes, sir.
And you get taken eventually to see the guy. He's a warthog, and he's sitting there, fat dude, and he's like, "Oh, Ambassador, so nice of you to join us. Yes, have I overstepped myself in asking the Australian government to assist us?
No, not at all. Not at all. We're quite happy to assist.
This is
Squid
Pro
people.
Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Then what can I help you with then? If this is Squid Pro?
No, you misunderstand. I just had some questions in regards to the lighthouse.
Oh. All right. I thought you'd be sending your papers.
Well, I like to keep a finger on the pulse, as they say. The
pulse.
We're trying to track down the wife of Morris Fitch to whether or not she's still alive. I'm assuming after he died, she would have moved out of the lighthouse and come back to the mainland.
Well, when Morris Fitch was found dead, no sign of his wife was found. He had said that she was ill and confined to bed, but people think that perhaps she died of whatever illness she had faced long ago, and he just couldn't face it. Some folks think that maybe he buried her on the island or put her body in the sea and just kept pretending that she was alive, the poor thing.
Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. So nothing was found of the body.
He says.
And so, what about the daughter? Was she receiving any sort of pension from the government for her father's service?
No. She moved quite far away to somewhere else.
Okay. No worries. All right. Thank you for your assistance.
Excuse me, I have a bit of the gas, I'm afraid. It's so good to see you, Ambassador.
You too.
It's a pleasure to have the Australian government and, of course, the government of, he looks around and Genovi, working closely together on this. He says.
Mm-hmm. All right.
He says.
We shall leave.
All right.
Thank you. Go and collect Colburn, and if it's off, and
you guys collect Colburn, your gear, all that.
Yeah,
Colburn's
wait for after dark to go and talk to the fisher folk.
The fisher folk, eh?
Yes.
No problem. You're talking to one of the fishermen. He goes,
What kind of animal is it? Just curious. Matt, stop masturbating.
one that's beating off rather hard. He is a hedgehog.
Okay.
He says, what is it you be wanting to know about?
Just interested in any tales of Lonely Point Island and the lighthouse.
Only Point Island, you say? You should not go there, for it is horribly haunted. And that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is there's something large and grayish color swimming about the island.
Really?
It's the sea monster of Moray Drop. There was these 3 sailors that went out after it. They were in a boat, and they got out there. And when they were there, do you know what they discovered?
They needed a bigger boat?
That's right. Take a card, Pete. He looks a bit disappointed that his story is not going as he anticipated. It chewed him up. Only one managed to get back, and he didn't speak of it again. In fact, he moved somewhere inland and was killed by a cursed, well, they're kind of our friends now, but, you know, the elves did it. They did him improper, but his dying words, I've heard, even though he died alone, his dying words were, "Thank God I died on land, not from the monster of Moray Drop."
I see. Any question, chaps?
So,
you look like he could be.
Sorry, let me be a bit more specific. Any questions related to the case Aeolus?
yes.
This is going to be a great insanity for him, I think. Yeah. See how it just naturally flows in? Yes. That's a good insanity.
Yes. So this large grayish creature that you mentioned, have you seen it yourself, or just
It's
those
not
two
just
people?
large. It'd be huge. It'd be the size of a trireme.
And it swims around Lonely Point Island.
Yeah.
How long has it been there?
Some say the world was a young place when it first reared its head, but I say it's only been there for the couple of seasons. Yar.
And what did you know about the haunting? Any stories about the lighthouse?
They say that when the tide is up and the storms are sleeting down, then the ghosts come out. It's the dead of elves, as we made the lighthouse on an ancient elvish burial ground. It's said that the chief elf was planted right under the lighthouse, and it came out from his chest like a great spear of stone.
Has anyone considered building a lighthouse somewhere else?
They have, but it wouldn't really help because it's the rocks and the shoals around the area that are the problem, you see.
You can blow those up.
You can't blow up the ocean. It's like attacking it with a knife.
I look at Colburn and look back at him. Thank you.
I don't believe in sea monsters.
If you go out there, then don't be worrying about getting a round trip back, he says.
All right.
He He says, "So, what are your names?"
Who's
Guess I'll
asking?
make-
He says, "That would be me. My name is."
What?
Please hold.
Uh-oh. This is a right proper adventure.
Yeah, there's too much information going through my head. Too much information. Yeah.
Christ. I started looking around for the agents. Clearly we broke it.
He says, "My name is Vanderhoff, Harrison Vanderhoff."
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out here near the docks because I've been told that a bunch of dead men are wanting to go out to the island and I'm supposed to take them out.
So you go to the island regularly then, do you?
No, nobody goes to the island, you crazy person.
Well, it says on this leaflet right here that you deliver supplies.
Only when there's a lighthouse keeper out there, but none have survived.
Do you also do repairs to the lighthouse?
Yar.
All right, so
Why do you be asking so much about the lighthouse? Are ye tourists?
No, we're the people you're going to be taking out to the lighthouse.
Doomed, the last of you. All of you are doomed.
Yes. Actually, damn it. Not quite yet. Talking to you twigged something that I was thinking that we would be useful to look at. Since you
I'm
do
not
actually,
normally, but I am willing to experiment.
you've met the right person there. Then I nod towards Aeolus.
Yar? Freddie gives him his I'm crazy look. Yar?
If you do maintenance on the lighthouse, do you have things such as the building plans and stuff like that?
Building plans, nay.
Just
Why would
go
you
there,
keep the plans of the place once it's been built? That makes no sense.
So for structural repairs and stuff like that, so it doesn't fall down.
It doesn't fall down because it's made of stone.
All right.
What if the monster jumped out and attacked it?
Then it will be your tomb.
Do you guys
Don't you have to repair it? Okay.
do you guys get Kraken around here?
Yar.
So the grey thing's not a Kraken?
No, Kraken's more tentacly. This is not. I've heard and seen and stuff that it's a big gray thing. It's huger than a trireme, but not as big as a bireme, or is it the other way around?
I don't know. You're telling the story.
Yar.
Does it seem like he's over-exaggerating the story to make it sound interesting?
Give me a empathy roll and evidence analysis roll. If you make both, we'll talk.
Maybe empathy at quarter,
Ooh.
evidence analysis. Wow.
Of course he's over-exaggerating. He is so exaggerating everything. He probably doesn't even know what the truth is. He's exaggerating so much.
You can't handle the truth.
That's right. He is no truth handler. He says, when we go out there, we've got to take these giant extra light bulbs. He points at a fucking huge light bulb for the top.
Okay. That's interesting.
So the lighthouse still works,
Arr.
even though
So
there's no light.
considering electricity, this town doesn't have electricity yet. What powers the light bulb?
Oh, we don't actually have it powered up. This is for when we get electricity.
Right.
We're looking forward to it. Right now, it's still using oil.
We invented the light bulb, but not the electricity.
Yar. And it looks just like a normal light bulb, like what you'd have at home, except really, really big.
The things they used on the lighthouses when they did electrify them were quite big.
Mm. Yeah, but they didn't look like a home light bulb.
No.
Yeah. These do.
Before I discard it, does anybody want a opponent fails?
Yeah, I'll take that.
I was going to say, Combat Boy might.
I have 3 of them, and so it was a case of
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
But you know
And I have one.
You know that Colburn's going to be the guy toe-to-toe with these fuckers.
probably.
Oh, yeah. He likes it.
I'll back him up.
And the
Does
cop.
anybody
Back
want
him
a?
up. That's why I can't see you. That's because you're hiding behind him.
You want that card back? I'm assuming.
No, I want whatever you're about to say.
I was about to say, do you want a move plus 5 meters, which is the card you just gave me?
Oh, no.
Because I'm about to discard it. I was about to discard the opponent vase, which is why I was offering it.
I'll take the move 5 then.
All right.
I'll discard my other one.
What are you going to discard? Wake up, you
Wait.
bad man.
I do actually have a card that you may want to hang on to, Freddie, by the way.
Oh, what is it? I'll hang on to it for dear life.
Plus D4 Sand
Oh,
at the end of mission.
can you, I'll hold on to it for the minute.
I will attempt
I'll,
to hang on to it, but
thank you. You have 3 rectal exams for life.
yes. Okay.
Alright, so where's it at?
Oh yeah. So your name, Harrison. Do you know where we can find Leo Peaks? He's the maintenance worker that's been servicing the lighthouse for 20 years.
Yar, he says.
Yeah. I assume you take him out there.
Yeah, he's probably the guy who puts the light bulbs in.
Yeah.
Oh,
I assume you take him out
Actually,
there.
probably coming with if you're supposed to take the light bulbs out there.
Oh, we're just putting them in. We're just gonna have you carry them in with the supplies.
I was just picturing him sailing up and just tossing him overboard. Smash, smash, smash. Sailing back.
Right on the rocks. You gotta watch out for them rocks. They're dangerous.
Yeah, there's so much shards. Yeah, all this broken glass.
Oh my god. Yar, he says.
All right, back in a sec.
No way.
Yes. Does he know where we can find?
He looks around like, "Are you still here?"
Yeah. Do you know where we can find Leo Peaks?
Peaks?
Yeah, Leo Peaks. He's the maintenance worker who's been looking after the White House for 20 years.
I show him the pamphlet.
Oh,
See,
Leo.
it says it right there.
Oh yeah. He says yes. And then he goes back to staring.
Could you please assist us in finding him? Where can we find him? Where is he?
Oh, he takes you over to find Leo Peaks. Leo Peaks is sitting in his office, and he's just kind of sitting there going, and he looks hungover as fuck.
Mr. Peaks.
Oh, God. He hides under his desk.
I had look here for that.
Depends on how he's hiding under his desk.
He goes, "You do? Anything," he says. "Anything."
Excuse me. I drag Colburn out of the office and close the door. Let us know when you're done.
Yeah.
I pulled out the reflector.
Yeah, as I said, they hear the guy go, "Oh!"
All right, hold on.
Go back in.
May I help you?
Did that took your mind off your hangover?
I'm fine.
Yes, I understand you've been. We've been asked by the. We've been asked by the government to look into the issue of the lighthouse. I understand
Okay.
you've been maintaining it for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything strange? Heard anything strange? Any repair work that you've had to do that you thought was a bit odd? How things got damaged? Anything of that nature?
No.
Do
You
you
notice
have
when you ask if
the
he's seen anything strange, he tried to keep his eyes from going to Freddy.
yes?
And
Do
you
you
see a
have
single
the
tear coursing its way down.
Do you have the plan? Did you have to move his tail? No, I don't want to.
I tell you, it was difficult to find.
What am I trying to say? Plans. Yes. Do you have the plans for the lighthouse?
No.
Okay.
When was the
No,
last
excuse
time
me,
you were
I'm
there?
busy.
When was the last time you were at the lighthouse?
When was the last time you were there?
Maybe 2 months ago.
Okay. And there was nothing unusual
No.
when you were last there?
No, nothing.
So you would have been maintaining the lighthouse when Mr. Fitch and his wife were there.
He says.
That's a yes.
He seems to be having mental problems right now.
God damn it. Now, Freddie, do you have any crap cards? I've got to sort of discard down to play a card.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
Just give me whatever.
give you that
He says,
one.
some people say, but they don't like to
and
repeat it
that
because
one.
he's a
You
hero,
can take- Yes.
that Morris Fitch went a little crazy from caring for his bedridden wife and killed her, but her body was never found. I'm not saying that. That's just what some people say. There's nothing wrong with a little crazy. He tries not to look at Freddy. Oh, God, he says. He knows he's holding himself just a little over his chair, and his arms
Like
are
he's
beginning to
clenching.
tremble.
He's clenching
I'm
his
gonna
cheek.
leave the room.
Oh, he says.
All right. I'm going to play a Insta Hero.
Da, 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 da.
Logan, before I get rid of this, next
Yay,
larger
17.
die size. The die size is increased by 1 on the damage track.
On the
Yeah,
damage
can
track,
I-
yeah, it doesn't have to be damaged though. It's just that's
Yeah.
the size.
So
that it goes.
you can actually use it for a skill up at
commodity.
the end of the game, or
or
if
the sanity.
or if we
Or
get
the
a
sanity.
yes for insanity, or if you get a card.
Yeah, if you've got that sanity,
Yeah,
that'd be a D6
yeah.
instead of a D4. If you keep
Oh,
Russ tried to hang on to that card yesterday.
yes,
I'll hang on to it then.
got it. Colburn, you're standing outside of a room. You see Freddy come out with a kind of a smile on his face, and you hear some weeping from inside, and you hear it sounds like McKay is trying to talk to somebody who's like crying and shit.
Freddy, did you just fuck it. I ring the bell. Shame.
Yeah, I'm feeling that bell's gonna get a lot of use.
So I suppose you were visiting the lighthouse when Mrs. Fitch was. Why did they pick that name? That's a horrible name. Was bedridden.
Some people say he had a bit too firm of hand with her children. She had a difficult relationship with their family, but Mister, do you have any ice for my ass?
I'm sure there's plenty of cold fish we can grab.
I don't want to put a fish there.
No. And they may also have ice. They put the fish on and put the fish on ice.
Please.
I'll open the door. Could you please get some ice? Get from one of the fishing boats. I'm sure they've got plenty of ice that they put the fish on. Can you please get some ice?
All right, I'll come find some ice.
Thank you.
Would you like to use ice sculpting to make it into a nice dildo shape for him?
I was
No.
gone for like 5 minutes. What the fuck?
he said he had a hangover and he would take any cure at all. And Freddie
Oh
said,
God!
I could help you with that. So I just left the room after that.
Yeah.
And the guy
Yeah,
let Freddie do it.
Well, there
I'll
was
just
minor
I'll
stuff.
bring back like a box of ice or whatever.
Great, no problem. Yeah, it's
There
got a
you
little
go.
bit of sawdust in there, but that's okay. Yeah,
Maybe wrap some up in a hanky or something.
all right. There goes your good fucking monogram.
No, I'm
hanky.
saying to him, maybe you should wrap some up in a hanky and not apply it directly.
Is that how he's
Is
applying it?
Matt building a giant cock?
Yes, Matt is.
The Raminator 5000.
He says he's baking, bitches.
He's baking?
What are you baking?
It uses hammers. What the fuck is he cooking?
He's cooking hammers. It's hammer time.
Do. Okay.
This is what happens when he works at nights. He goes crazy during the daytime, and then at night he goes.
Yes, I heard the giggle.
He's fucking it.
Oh yeah, so the wife was bedridden. Kids left. Bit of a firm hand.
Like Freddie?
Unfortunately, that's not the only firm hand that's been going.
I was gentle.
Gentle but firm.
I mean, yeah.
Freddie, can I ask you a question? Is there really any way to gently put something this big in someone?
Yes. Would you like to show you?
No.
You started that conversation. You opened yourself right up for that one. Okay.
Nom, nom, nom.
Did you ask Mr. Fitch about the fact of his wife suddenly not being there?
There's some things you don't talk to another man about, he says, lowering himself gently onto the ice. Oh. One eye ticks up. He's like, I shouldn't have made it so pointy, but now I can't stop.
Okay.
I go back outside. Wherever the hell I am, I go outside.
You are outside.
He goes more outside. Shows him step into the sunlight.
And have you seen in recent times, has there been any strange damage or unusual repairs that you've had to do to the lighthouse that you thought was a bit unexpected, how things would have been damaged, or any strange markings or anything you've noticed?
He's got the remaining ice on his desk and he's pushing it together in like some sort of pile. He looks
You're
up.
building a pyramid out of it, aren't you? So you're building a volcano out of it, aren't you?
This means something, he says. Yeah. Any noises you hear is him doing the ice.
Okay.